Hi there guys, welcome back to the Kellner Chronicles episode 35. Okay, it's been a short while since I did my last video, been busy, but I'm back with another hard hitter. We're going to do a catch-up video on ebegging. So for today's episode 35, we're going to be touching the topic of how to recognize and avoid ebegging scammers in the Philippines, both foreign and domestic. If you want to know more and you want to understand what I mean, stay tuned. See you in a minute.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Good evening, citizens of the World Wide Web. It's good to see you. We apologize for this interruption in your regular broadcasting. But unfortunately, we've had no choice but to take issue with current events that are going on that we need you to know about. We are from the Ministry of Anti-Scamming. As you know, scamming is nothing new to the World Wide Web, and it continues to be a heavily provoked issue. We have scammers of all kinds. A con is a con, and a scam is a scam, no matter what it is. Our recent and most awkward scam, which has been going on for some time now, is ebegging. Yes, you may consider ebegging to be a simple and not dangerous thing, but we'd have you know different. If you look at the situation, ebegging, like any other scam, is there to make money out of your pockets. Your hard-earned money is taken away from you by deception. Therefore, it is a scam. Any finances taken away from you by a con is a scam. That's why we are here, no matter how you look at it. Some of you would say that the people giving the money are simpletons. Some of you would say that the people giving away the money are weak-minded. That is your opinion. However, it is their money to give away, you would say. You could also say that, but that money could be put to better use in proper charities. Right now, the World Wide Web and certain tubes are producing these characters. These characters are coming online. They be foreign people living in the Philippines or domestics living in the Philippines. They will have their little channels and they will put on videos for you. And on these videos, they will either do sexy dances or put on their little dresses or their little bikinis to entice you out of your finances. Most would say you would be a fool if you paid this money. You may say it's your money to give away. That may be the case. But there are better charities you could give your money to. What we're going to do today is we're going to look at some of these characters, taking a look at some of these ebeggers and how we can detect them and avoid them. First of all, let's start with a few characters. We're going to start with the character I'd like to call the Birdman of Naga, or Naga City to some. This individual shares his name with a famous British architect of St. Paul's Cathedral. Names will be withheld to protect the guilty. This individual, as you can see from the side here, is a character who shows no remorse in demanding or asking or begging for money from you for every little thing that he has. He retired early to the Philippines, married a Filipina, and is now destitute. This individual will ask you for money for his operations. He will ask you for money for his home life. He will ask you for money for food and every other necessities he has, but yet gives nothing in return. His channel is weak at best. All he does is live streams. He's even admitted to staying on live streams for up to 8 to 10 hours at a time, so long as he gets at least one super chat. That is weak. Then we move on to another individual. This one here, yes. We're going to call him the Walrus of Bohol. He goes by many other names, such as Boss Hog, etc., etc. Another individual who won't even admit his own child is his. This individual does the same thing, but in a worse way. He doesn't just ask you for financial help. He asks for loans and then refuses to pay them back, and makes up any excuse not to pay them back. This is evidenced quite simply from his live streams and his videos. It's clearly there for everyone to see. Then we'll go on to another individual. We'll call him, well, there are two really, the dirty dog. Or there's every man. Both these individuals, I'd like to call them the old men from the Muppet Show, will even exploit everything. One doesn't even care for Filipinos. He only interviews foreigners. And the other one uses and exploits his girlfriend for his own nefarious needs to collect money. Both these individuals are sad. Their channel started well, and then they slipped into asking for consultation fees and PayPals and every other little scam they could get. They both retired to the Philippines. Every man was on cruise ships. He claimed not to need the money, but still he asks and even demands consultation fees for a subject he knows very little about. Then we go further on to other individuals, such as Bert and Ernie. Yes, you may know them as well as Flippy and Froggy. So they go by many aliases. Flippy and Froggy are well known. They are both, right now, resident in Cebu. Flippy is the actual learner of the frog. Let's put it this way, master and apprentice. Now, they both use exactly the same tactics to weed you out of their money. They will lie and cheat and deceive. This is clearly evidenced in their videos and live streams, to the point where it has actually cost people more money by being lied to with regards to travel to the Philippines. Some people even bought tickets during the pandemic to go to the Philippines on the back of the information given by these individuals. Once again, evidenced online. Now, take a moment and look at the other side. There are the domestic e-beggars. There are plenty of them. Mostly a group of women who decide that bikini contests are the way to go. Now, most weak men will definitely view those. That's not a problem. The viewing of them is okay. But when you literally, on the band at the bottom of your screen, beg for PayPals, you beg for super chats, you ask for donations. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. And their claim to fame is they're using it for schooling. Schools have been shut in the Philippines for over a year. Clear, again with evidence. These people are unconscionable, reprehensible, and also despicable. But not only that, we go to one stage further. They even say they are doing charitable work. Unlicensed charitable work. This is gravely worrying. As we know, the Philippines government are very strict on how you receive money, whether you should pay taxes on these monies, and also that your charitable organization must be registered. But no, these individuals don't register as a charity, they don't pay BIR, they don't cover their ends. They claim the money of these people who are trying to help by pulling on heartstrings, and then they skim 10 to 20% off the top, if not more, for their own personal use. This is unconscionable and irregularly bad. We cannot allow this. So now, The President of the Philippines, in his wisdom, has decided to push forward a bill which is going to make people pay taxes for great YouTube use. Oh yes, finally, something is going to be done. Now, you may think I'm making a big deal out of this. You may think that the ministry doesn't understand. Oh, we understand very well. We also understand that if you're not paying your taxes, you're not serving society. If you're not employed gainfully, and you're claiming money from people as gifts, then you're useless to society. I would have more respect for those individuals if they were employed. Right now, they are not. They serve no purpose, only to prance around and beg you for money. If you wish to be weak-willed and give that money, that is your choice. But your money is probably better served in a decent charity that does good work and helps people. I myself give to charities. I also give to people who need, not to those that want. Understand where we are coming from and understand the realism of this. We will not stop. We will continue to pursue these individuals. We will take a look at them and we will gather evidence to hand in. Already, the Philippine National Police and the NBI have removed 2 individuals, well known. One is a Swiss gentleman, another one is a US gentleman, from the Philippines for accepting donations, even though realistically they did help individuals with that money, unlike some. They did do good work, unlike some, but yet they were removed from the country and banned from entering for a several amount of time. Why? Because they broke laws. They broke rules. The Philippines are very serious about that. Foreigners cannot own businesses, claim charities without registration, or even claim money there without proper due course. There are rules to be followed. It is clearly evidenced on the internet. It can be researched and Googled. The Philippines are very serious about this. You must understand. We, when we are in the Philippines, must follow their laws, not make our own up as we go along. Okay, moving on. We know how to identify them. How can we avoid them? Just checking my notes. How can we avoid them? It's very simple. By rethinking what we're doing. Our hard-earned money could be put to better use. Invest it. Give it to someone who truly needs it. Help those who can't help themselves, instead of helping those who refuse to help themselves by being lazy, idle usurpers. Let us try to take a moment and consider the damage this does to society. Of course, you may think I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, but truly I am not. There are those of us in this world who wish to put a stop to this kind of scamming. It is one thing to receive a super chat from a live stream, but to continuously live stream day after day after day, expecting more super chats, and then staying on for countless hours expecting super chats. It's not illegal, it's just not done. It's one thing bringing good content to the general public. It's another thing to rape their pockets and their wallets and their bank accounts for every dime you can get. A con merchant is a con merchant, a scammer is a scammer. And just on a final note, let's take one more look at the situation. And I will say this, from those famous guys from the police. Every breath you take, every move you make, will be watching you. That's all from me at the ministry. We hope you enjoyed. We'll now return you back to your regular broadcasting. Thank you for your time. That's the ministry, and we're out. Well, I hope this video made some kind of sense to you. As you can see, I don't like e-beggars. There's a good reason. These people are, for me, parasitical, and they are the bane on society, especially in the Philippines. They will suck people dry and not give anything in return, not even offer a thank you most of the time. But that's just me. I'll be back soon. Episode 35 is over. I'll be back soon with episode 36 with another great video. Hopefully you'll enjoy. And from me, Perry at the Counter Chronicles, thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. And bye-bye now.